Hey everybody, welcome back to DTV. My name is Cavey Viney, and first, we will be re-showcasing a video due to a technical difficulty on last week's episode. So here's MCLO by Figo and Nygun.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Why, are you like dead or something? Which way's forward?
Hold on. Double. Good job.
Where are we looking? Oh, look at the camera?
Your camera, Johnny. 3, 2, 1, cheese. That would be
Next up, we have Line Dance Club.
Is it good?
My name is Sophia.
Oh my god.
And next, on this week's episode, we have a teacher feature by Peter Harrison and Zoe Schreve.
Scoville. I teach airbrush, intro, and advanced, 7 levels of advanced airbrush. Went to college, I had 2 degrees. One was an art degree, the other one was a physical education degree because I liked kinesiology and biology and those sort of things. So probably 38 years airbrush. Airbrush to me was always fascinating. When I was in about 3rd grade, I used to go to the car shows and watch them airbrush on monster shirts, and I always thought that was pretty fascinating, that you could actually do artwork without touching the surface. And back then, nobody would teach you anything. Everybody had all the bottles taped up, and they were real secretive on the airbrushes and that sort of thing. So I kept at it, wanting to do that, and for my graduation present from high school was an airbrush from my parents, and epically failed with it because there was nobody to teach it. Like I said, I tore my knee up and I had to go back into the dorms, and I heard the compressor go off. And one of the guys that was in my art class was actually airbrushing on a background. And I thought that was pretty fascinating, and it kind of sparked that. And when I started teaching, I went into advertising. First one in, first one out. So I started teaching 2 weeks later in Harrington and introduced airbrush the 2nd year, and been doing it ever since. I love it. Lots and lots of patience. It's not one of those fast processes. It's fast to airbrush, but it's really slow to proceed to get to that point. But I teach everything out. When you come through my door, you don't have to know anything about airbrushing. You don't have to have any drawing skills. I can teach you everything, and I teach all of the techniques and all of the tools that we're going to use, even how to use a pencil and types of pencils and erasers and the X-Acto handles and everything. We go through airbrushes, different types of airbrushes, what they're used for, the mechanics part of it, everything that you need to know. You don't have to know anything when you step through that door. You just have to have some patience and be able to problem solve a little bit. Like I said, number one, patience, the desire to airbrush, to be good at it. It's not like you're going to do your brother's car and paint it or do anything like that in 2 weeks. You're going to spend some time to learn how to trigger it, how to hold it, all the substrates that go with it, the paint, the compressors, everything that goes with airbrushing. And since I taught at the Getaways, and there was about 18 of us in the United States that would teach to those classes, and those were from people from all over the world. So there might be 500 or 600 people there. And mine was power portraits. After talking to people from all over the world with different techniques they have, I started incorporating it into my class. There has been several show bikes that I did. It's really hard to pick one. I did a race car that went in, actually sold to a person in Dubai. He bought that. It was a fiberglass front end, a fiberglass car actually, and I did the front end. It was all flat, and they wanted to make it look like it was original 69 with all the hidden headlights, the shading and everything on it. I spent a lot of time on that, but it turned out super realistic. So I enjoyed that. I don't know, airbrushing animals sometimes. I'm into techniques and special effects, so I like doing those things for myself. Don't be afraid to take it. Like I said, you don't have to have any skills whatsoever other than just some patience. That's the only thing that you really need to have in my class. I can teach you everything in as art way that you're going to need for the class. Like I said, no drawing skills. If you can use a ruler and a pencil and draw a stick figure, you're golden. I'll teach you everything else. Just have to have patience.
Next up, Dumb Ways to Die by Emry Costilla.
Man, I need a drink.
Costilla. Our fourth video of this week, a student council documentary by Aleah Jones.
My name is Natalie Wilson, and I am the Student Council Executive President.
My name is Sarah Wilson, and I am the Student Council sponsor.
Student Council meets every other Tuesday, pretty much. Sometimes it's a little bit fluctuating, but every other Tuesday at 7:15 before school in the lecture hall.
Student Council is a student organization that promotes leadership, school spirit, climate, and culture. We also do education things where we try to bring awareness to various causes or organizations throughout the building, and provides opportunities for students to develop their leadership skills.
I think my favorite overall activity is probably second grade buddies or PLA, because I like little kids, so I like seeing all of them and hanging out and building relationships with them. I would recommend Student Council because it's a fun way to get involved, and you meet a lot of cool people and you make a lot of friends, and we just have a lot of fun, and yeah, we do a lot of cool stuff.
I think it's a good way to meet students who maybe aren't cut from your exact same cookie cutter. I think sometimes people tend to seek out people who are most like themselves, and we have people from all different groups and interests in our group, and seeing them get to work together and learn each other's strengths and work as a team is a really cool thing. And so I think that's an opportunity that Student Council can offer that you won't find a lot of other places.
And our not the last video, graduating thoughts by Chavez.
What is most important to me?
Yes.
I'd say definitely my education, making sure that they keep my grades up, and then just being an example for other people with that aspect.
Yeah, mostly I've just been trying to keep above water, because I'm through it. But yeah, I've been trying to just keep my grades up good enough to pursue higher education.
The phones are an issue, and I think that one thing that I would like to see to change in the future for high school is that kids aren't as dependent on their phones, and that we have more restrictions on them, because while a lot of people are very attached to them, I think it would be more beneficial if we could be able to focus more on our classes than just on our phones.
One thing that the administration changed that has been a huge problem for me this year has been the firewalls on everything. Because you can't even go to government websites, you can't even go to kansas.gov. And it's been really difficult for debate and classes that aren't in the core curriculum, even some that are in the core curriculum. But especially in debate, trying to find resources on things that maybe be a little taboo for most classes, but that we need the evidence for it, and that we can't access it.
I'd say just try to do your assignments, try to pay attention in class, try to make connections with other people. Just give an attempt to be the best person you can be in high school, and just try to be a teenager while you still can.
Not everyone's going to want to go to a four-year university, but just trying to find your niche, what you think you're going to want to do, and propping yourself up to be able to be successful in whatever that means to you. So whether that be exploring, take as many classes as you can. If you have an idea that you might be able to do something, even if you don't think you'd succeed at it, just give it a try. Because I went from being someone that thought I was completely not a STEM person, and then I took chemistry in my third year, and now I'm gonna go become a chem major. So you can do whatever.
It's kind of scary, but I'm also excited to be done, because there's just been so much that has happened, and I feel really burnt out all the time, especially with all these AP classes, and I'm glad that I'm finally just over and I can go into higher education and just feel finally free.
I feel exactly the same way. I'm so ready to get out of here. The day that my school email shuts down, I already know I'm going for college. I'm just ready to get on to the next chapter of my life. Because it's been fun. It's been great, guys, but I'm done.
And now, on to sports.
It's sports time. This week, baseball lost to St. Thomas 4-9, and they play Eisenhower today at home. Next Tuesday, we will face our rivals campus. Softball had an off week and will play in the Dodge City tournament this weekend. Girls soccer won against Arc City 6-0 and play at home against Eisenhower on Tuesday. That's all we have for you guys this week. See you next episode.